back at the Dr. Jimbo Love Show, and Seth is here. Seth, we talked a little bit about some of the different football things. Let's just go into a totally different direction. Let's talk about Brothers Bar in Northfield, Colorado. Northfield is just north, believe it or not, as in the name, from the old Stapleton, which is now considered the Central Park District.
Yeah, we got renamed last year.
Yes. So basically, it's over by Outdoor World. Now, if you're like me, before I lived up here, I didn't know that there was a whole beautiful little mall over here, and the flagship sports bar is Brothers Bar. So we're going to allow Seth to tell you a little bit about the menu. Now, I love those, what are those, gator balls?
Yep, gator balls.
Tell them about what's in there.
So yeah, gator balls, despite the name, have no gator in it. It has a piece of chicken, pepper jack cheese, jalapeno.
But gator tastes like chicken, Seth.
Yeah.
That's what I've been told.
A little less this year.
Actually, I love gator is great.
Yeah.
Have you had it?
Yeah, I've had that, frog legs.
Oh, frog legs too?
Yeah.
Yummy.
Delicacy.
Yep.
But yeah, and they're wrapped in bacon and deep fried. That's what a lot of our food is. It's gonna be.
So one more time, how is it made?
So it's basically chicken breast, pepper jack cheese, and a jalapeno, and then we wrap it in bacon.
So chicken breast with a jalapeno around it?
Nope, they're kind of stuffed in there, right on top, and then they put pepper jack cheese, and then they wrap it into bacon and make it a ball.
Oh, see, that's what makes it so great. Now, when I come here and I want a little spicy, I love bacon, but I want something substantial because these are appetizers that are substantial.
Yeah.
They really are, because you get 4 of them, right?
And when you get them, even if you split it with some,
yep.
It's deceiving because it's definitely a hearty meal.
No,
so.
You cut them into quarters, okay? And each quarter is a bite. So if you share the 2 balls, you're getting 8 bites. And I don't know about you, but 8 to 10 bites is the perfect appetizer, according to all the restaurant shows, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Check your Food Network.
So tell me a little bit about, during the week, why would you come to Brothers Bar?
Yeah, so Brothers Bar, we're a perfect spot. We're quick. We have great service. We have a really great staff on.
You do?
But we're a great stop for everybody's lunch break. If you have
Tell them a little bit about your happy hour and then Sunday, the pitcher day.
Yeah, so if you come in from 3 to 7, Monday through Friday, all our drinks are half off.
Half?
Yeah, and that includes our
Are
talks.
you talking about even the premium drinks?
Now premium's $2 off, but
so if I order a Grand Marnier, I'm going to get $2 off. What's your normal pour for that?
So it's going to be normally $8, but when you get happy hour price, you're going to go down to 6.
Perfect. And they pour them well here.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like they're giving the bar away, but they definitely know how to mix a drink properly.
Yeah, and I credit that to when we first started, we started out as college bars, and we just love having that atmosphere, that fun sports bar atmosphere. That, like we're talking about Big Ten football, we have a lot of locations at the Big Ten. We have them in Iowa, and we have them at the University of Minnesota. And so we just want to be that fun bar, and then we turn into a restaurant. But we kept the bar atmosphere that really made it just a fun place to hang out.
Very good. Now, you know what? That really encapsulates exactly how I feel when I come in here. And, Seth and I don't practice this before we come on the air because the honest to God truth is the reason why we're here is because of what a great bar this is and what a great local. And you know what? Seth is a product of the Brothers system. Remember, last week, Seth told us he went to work for Brothers when he was in college studying to be a teacher, right? He got done with your degree, and if I'm correct, they offered him a general manager position in Colorado, which he accepted.
Yeah, and it's been...
You've been here 7 years.
Yeah, and it's a great company to work for. We actually still have some of the original staff that has stuck with me for 7 years.
At this location?
Yeah, and it's unheard of to see that in the service.
That is, in the restaurant industry, okay? Again, a lot of you guys know my background. My grandparents owned a beer garden in Western PA for 42 years. You understand that we talk about the restaurant industry like in dog years. Okay, not cat years, dog years. 1 year equals 7 of a normal job. Now, maybe that's a little bit of a stretch, but it's at least 1 out of 5. So if you see somebody who has been 3 years at the same restaurant, it is equivalency to being 10 to 15 years into a regular office setting. That's how much drama, that's how much pressure. You know, when it gets busy, you see people running around when you're sitting in a restaurant. What you don't realize is that the cream of the restaurant industry rises to the top. Everybody helps everybody else, okay? You become a team. And a well-oiled team starts with the general manager. So Seth has been able to maintain people that want to work in that kind of atmosphere, which is highly unregulated. It's highly different. That's saying something about him as a general manager and about Brothers training program and just your system.
And I credit a lot to it. I mean, we're still owned by the family that started Brothers. And I think each store, it basically, we encompass that atmosphere of like, we're a family, we're a team.
Tell them the story about the established in 1967.
Yeah, so on our wall, when you come into Brothers in Northfield, we have a big sign that says Brothers 1967. Now, that's not when they opened bars. That's actually when they became brothers. That's when the second brother was born. Mark and Eric are great people, and they...
You know these guys?
Yeah, they come in all the time. They actually are very...
Where do they live?
So they live in, one lives in La Crosse, Wisconsin, the other one is up in Minnesota.
How many years separates them?
They gotta only be a year. They're pretty close in age.
So these guys are tight brothers, right?
Yeah. And it's easy to get them on the phone. It's not like you have that big corporation where you can only get to their secretary or anything like that. They're always willing to take a phone call, and they're really down-to-earth guys that just treat you like family, and it makes you want to stay and work for these guys.
Well, obviously, you've been with them for what, now, how many years? 10?
Yep, this is 10 years.
10 years. But 3 years as an employee, meaning that he was probably trying to work it around his class schedule, right?
Yeah, class, rugby, hockey.
Were you a manager, or how did it go? Did you start? Tell us the story.
So I started just as a bartender, and about a month in, when we open stores, we usually send people from all over. So they had people come from Iowa and all this, and they picked me to be a lead right away from the get-go. And so I had some type of management position.
And you were 19 or 18 years old as a lead?
Yeah, I was really young. And like I promoted young here too. I mean, if you buy into this brand and this is what you want to do, this is a great company to work for.
Well, Seth is 32, okay, and I'm 54. I thought that when I met Seth that he was in his early 40s. That's the way he carries himself. That's the way he runs his organization. Okay? There's a lot to be said for old souls out there. You seem to have an old soul.
Yep. And I credit some of it to being from Minnesota. A lot of it is just, I feel like I can talk to anyone. There's always something to relate with people, and you guys come in, we can have a conversation. It'd be great.
Yeah. And you know what? Minnesota, I spent the better part of 2006 there. I agree 100%. The area that I was in was Bloomington, and I went up to St. Cloud, and I was also down there to Rochester, I believe, where the Mayo Clinic is.
Yep.
And I was over in Eau Claire and also up to Rice Lake and Chippewa Falls. I found those people in that corridor, okay, even though a lot of Wisconsin and Minnesota people pretend not to like each other, they are very much just like the people that I grew up with in upstate New York. Ithaca, Syracuse, Binghamton, my little town, North Valley, which is 5,000 people. Anyways, well, wonderful. So we're going to try to get you down here. Remember, Outdoor World, okay? Everybody knows where Outdoor World is. For Christ's sakes, they had a sitcom with Tim Allen.
It was great.
Last Man Standing. That took place right over my shoulder. I mean, they were there filming it. No, just kidding. They filmed it in Hollywood, but Tim Allen lives up in Grand Lake. He does. Now, Tim Allen, unfortunately, is not regarded by the Grand Lake residents in a positive way. Now, he probably just wants to be left alone. He comes to Colorado, he doesn't need to be involved. But according to the people of Grand Lake, he's not the friendliest. Now, I'm not judging, but I did see his house. If you take a boat tour while you're in Grand Lake, they will point it out to you, and he has a very, very nice, very modest, but very, very, very nice spread that's up overlooking Grand Lake. And we like to wish Tim Allen well wishes. If you've been misunderstood, come and talk on the Dr. Jimbo Love Show with Seth and I. We'll straighten it out for you. I mean, we are a platform that you really should look into because we're huge.
Yeah. Hey,
we're getting huge.
I grew up when you were Tim the Toolman Taylor, and I remember my favorite thing was everyone going, "Har, har, har, har."
Yeah, exactly. So, Tim, if you're down in Denver and you want to come by Brothers Bar on a Sunday, hey, I'll buy you drinks for you. Okay? Seth probably will take care of you with food or something to get you and your celebrity here. And then we'll do a segment of the Dr. Jimbo Love Show with your, what's it called on his show, you know? Last Man Standing.
Outdoor World?
Well, Outdoor World's got a different name on his show. So whatever it is, we'll have that in the background, Tim. You know? Why not? So, all right, until next week. And again, next week is going to be week 1 of college football. We've got so many things going on. We're not even going to try to highlight it, okay? There's too many variables between now and then for us to even point out which games we think are going to be relative and which aren't. But I guarantee you one thing, we will be looking at that Ohio State Minnesota game very closely, especially now that we know that this freshman quarterback for Ohio State is coming into Minnesota Stadium, the TCF Stadium, my old bank, and he said it's loud there. Have you been there for a game?
Yeah, I went when it wasn't the Gophers, but Minnesota lost their stadium due to snow because we played in the Metrodome. And for 2-3 years before we got this new US Bank Stadium, which is amazing. If you ever get a chance to check it out, it is one of the coolest stadiums I've ever seen.
So is it TCF or is it you?
The US Bank is not the Minnesota Vikings.
It's the Vikings.
TCF is going to
But
be
they don't, do they play at the same place or they have separate stadiums?
They have separate stadiums. The Vikings borrowed the Gopher Stadium for about 2 to 3 years while their stadium was being built.
Okay. So Target Center is still where the Wild and the Timberwolves.
No, we split them up too. The Timberwolves plays at the
So
Target
there's no
Center.
Target Center.
Well, no, there is. So that's where just the Timberwolves play. So now we have the XL Energy Center for the Minnesota Wild. They have their own, and theirs is located on the other side of the river.
Okay.
So all the other stadiums are going to be in Minneapolis.
So it's in St. Paul.
Yep.
Wow. Look at those two twin cities finally trying to share better than they did in the past, right?
Right.
All right. Well, this is the Dr. Jimbo Love Show. This is Seth Matthew. I'm Jim Gulick, otherwise known as Dr. Jimbo Love. Please come back and see us. We're going to have a wonderful college season. We found a venue, and we are going to get this thing out there to see as many people as possible. In the meantime, have a great week. Remember, get out there, make every day count. Earn it, as Tom Hanks said so well on Saving Private Ryan. Get out there and earn it. Okay, folks, have a great rest of your weekend. Can't wait to see you next Sunday.